A sweet lullaby, one you would hear as you were rocked in your mother's arms. As a child, I couldn't help but adore such melodies with every ounce of my being, smiling whenever one would play for me. It was only fitting that I would enjoy my dreams with the sound of one playing in my head. My slumber was calm and peaceful as a sweet tune echoed in the abyss of my subconsciousness. I didn't know why, but I relished that tune that night. Strange really how a melody could calm any storm running through your heart. My storm was my engagement to Eric, my demon soulmate. Yes, he was my soulmate, my prince. At the same time, he was indeed a demon. I adored him with every ounce of my being. I was about to be married to him in the weeks ahead. I couldn't have been more nervous and excited about the whole ordeal. Still, the lullaby that floated in my dreams kept me calm and at peace. I wondered if the same music would soothe an actual child. A child's laughter broke me from my peace, caused me to slowly open my eyes and awaken from my slumber. My eyes focused on the ceiling as I tried to figure out what the sound was. Was it part of my dreams? It was effective to wake me up, and seriously, what is up with everybody constantly waking us up in the middle of the night? Diana did that often in the first game. I rose from my bed, looking around the room in confusion. Why did I hear the child's laugh, and how did it wake me up? Well, it depends really on if you're a heavy sleeper or not. It was strange to say the least, a child's voice. However, before I could contemplate it about it further, a slight dip in the bed to my side made me gasp softly in surprise. I looked to my side to see Eric still sound asleep beside me. He looked so peaceful and happy, like he was absorbed in a joyful dream of his own. I couldn't help but smile at the sight before leaning down and kissing his forehead. He shifted slightly, mumbling my name. I giggled softly. He was just too adorable for words. I truly loved him with all my heart. I love you. Still, despite wanting to stay in bed a little longer with the man of my dreams, the child's laughter ushered me to slowly creep out of my bed and leave the room to find where it had come from. Turning on the lights in the lobby, I looked around the main part of the mansion to find where the laughter had come from. I heard the laughter trail off as if the voice itself was moving and guiding me to where it wanted me to go. I maintained pursuit, not wanting to lose track of it. A normal person would have been creeped out. I, however, was brave enough to figure out what was going on my own, by myself. And here's where I need to question a couple of things with you. 1. How come I didn't wake Eric up? 2. Why didn't you wake Eric up to tell him that there is a creepy laugh in the house? After everything that happened with Malix, you'd think technically you would use, you'd be more cautious. Not, oh look, creepy laughter, let's follow it. Leave the demon there sleeping, or we'll just follow him. Follow the strange laughter, even though technically demons do not sleep, which of course they have confirmed that they do not sleep. So again, why didn't he wake up? Anyway, moving on. I was led to my grandfather's office. It was his place of work as well as his sanctuary for his magic studies. I knew that he studied magic and had come to accept it during my time with Eric and his brothers. Still, it was something I was curious about. The lights were on, but the laughter seemed to have faded away as I entered the room. Was I not in the right place? Well, the lights are on. I don't suppose either you or Eric left them on when you went to bed, did you? Because you just said you had to turn the lights on in the lobby. Who turned the lights on in the office? As I stepped into the room, I felt a sense of nostalgia, despite only ever entering the room after my grandfather's passing. Something about this place made me feel warm and happy, like I belonged here. This was where my grandfather imagined his greatest toys and made them come to life. Not quite like Matthew, who makes them literally come alive, but close enough. It was here where he studied endlessly about the demon world and demon magic. I felt like I was stepping into a museum of history in this small little room. Thinking about it, I began to wonder what my grandfather would think if he knew that I was going to marry one of the incubi he brought into the human world. I knew he'd been the one to do it. Damon confessed to me when Eric proposed. You didn't think about telling me this before? It was a bit interesting to think about how he would have reacted. Would he be proud? Would he be disappointed? I could never know. I'm pretty sure he'd be proud. I was broken in my thoughts, however, as I heard the click of a lock and latching echoed through the room. I turned my head towards the sound, pinning the orange of it on one of the nearby drawers. Why had it unlocked on its own? I was a bit nervous as to why it had done that. Then again, this room, strange things have happened, as we were aware in the previous game. Open it, why not? It unlocked, may as well open it. I was indeed my grandfather's granddaughter. I felt my curiosity take control of my body and guide me to the door, and it had nothing to do with the person controlling the mouse click. Sliding it open, I saw 2 books, neatly placed in the drawer, covered with a thin layer of dust. One was obviously my grandfather's magic book, and the other must have been his journal. I lifted both up and examined them, gingerly wiping the dust off of them. I wanted to read a bit more about each of them, but I wasn't sure which one to open first. Okay, so this is an important decision by here that does affect the endings, I believe. I can't recall how many endings there are, because I know some is 5. Okay, so we're going to click the magic book. I opened the magic book first, wanting to explore its contents before seeing grandfather's notes. Maybe I'd learn something. As I opened it, I was surprised to see the first couple of pages were completely blank. What the? I continued to flip through the pages to find only more blank pages. Was this book not really a book, but a notebook of some sort? I stared at the pages, unsure of what its purpose was. As I gazed onto the blank sheets, however, they began to very slowly fill up with words and images. What? Your grandfather used magic. Put 2 to 2 together. You'll get your answer, dear. The images that formed on the page looked to be painted with brush strokes, while the words were in elegant cursives that I could read clearly. I couldn't even read that word clearly, so I'm terrible. The top of the page, however, had a word in simple lettering. Spirits. Oh, perfect, just what we need. Seeing as we're pretending to be little ghost hunters right now at night, we're following a little strange, odd laughter. It could possibly be a ghost. Why was this book wanting to show me information on spirits? The laughter drove me to the room, sounded like a child, or was it from a spirit? Possibly. I read onwards, curious as to why the book was showing me this. Spirits were categorized by their origins. Angels and devils could never be spirits. Only reborn through a cycle to become angels and devils once again. Okay, got it. Angels become angels, demons become demons. Got it. Yin yang, black and white. Plain and simple. Got it. They can't become ghosts. Human spirits were either brought to heaven, purgatory, or hell. We get 3 choices. Depending on what they'd done during the course of their lives, if they were kind and good, they were gifted entry to heaven. If they were evil and cruel, they were sent to hell. I was surprised. Did this make Christianity legit? I didn't mention God, so I wasn't entirely sure. I wanted to close the book, but my curiosity led me to read on. Demons, on the other hand, either were sent to purgatory or were reincarnated into new demons. Demons could never be human. Though technically we should put here, warning spoilers, see angel password and you will see something unusual that involves some demons. That is all I'm saying. Enjoy. Right, moving on. However, humans and demons shared one thing in common. They both could also end up not being sent anywhere. Sometimes a spirit could be trapped in either world, forever doomed to wander until something is fulfilled. Ghosts existed too? This was crazy, and yet it made sense. Maybe those TV shows that featured ghost encounters actually had merit. The idea of seeing a ghost was a bit unbelievable. Sure, it was for real enough meeting demons and a devil and angels. But ghosts seems a bit more realistic in a way, regardless of who you were in the human world. You knew about ghosts, especially if you watched the show Scooby-Doo. Not a lot of people knew about demons. The fact that demons could also be spirits boggled my mind as well. Was it really possible to meet a demon spirit? Did you not have those flashbacks? Did you not see the brothers showing you their mother? Did you not see the ghost ball spirit demons? Did you not see that? I don't think she saw it, because seriously, they looked like ghost ball spirits. Did she not see those flashbacks with the brothers, really? Did she not? Did she not see Damien's brother? Could have sworn in Eric's one you do get to see the ghost ball in his, because his mom appears on screen. Just saying. Maybe she doesn't count those as being ghost ball spirits? Oh, hello again. The child's laughter reappeared, softly floating through the air and making me turn towards the door. I quickly followed it, leaving the room and returning to the lobby. Turn the lights out on the way out, silly. No, never mind, shouldn't bother. Is anyone there? As I turned to the stairs, I could hardly believe my eyes. A floating hole barely the size of my head was floating down the stairs and towards the back door. I gripped the railing and stared, not believing what I was seeing. Was this really happening? You were getting married to a demon, and you're asking if you're seeing a ghost ball. Was it even a ghost? A spirit? Some illusion meant to trick me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. Still, it practically called for me to tail behind it. I continued to follow it. It seemed to want me to anyway. Was this a game? It led me to the backyard, where it simply floated in the air near the gazebo. I stayed by the doorway, unsure of actually stepping out of the house to meet with it. It didn't move, so I could only assume it accepted my hesitation. Hello?
Hi.
The orb gently spun around itself in a circle, almost like a happy child. For some reason, it made me feel really happy seeing it, despite it being a simple floating orb. It seemed friendly enough, so I stepped out into the backyard and slowly made my way towards it. It gently bobbed up and down as if it were waiting for me to approach. I stepped a couple of feet away from it, not wanting to get too close in case it was a trick. Hi there.
What's your name?
My name? Oh, it's
Wow.
Twinkle.
That's a pretty name.
Thank you. Who are you?
Oh, I'm no one. I don't have a name.
Aw. You don't have a name?
No, I wasn't able to get one. But that's okay. I'll get one soon.
The orb, whatever it was, had to be a spirit of some child. Human? Human? Well, I couldn't really tell you 100% whether or not it's human or not. I mean, if we had a human spirit and we compared it to that one, maybe then I could tell you. But it sounds kind of demonic to me. Just saying. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. All I knew was how sweet and innocent it sounded. Again, please remember, we've learned from the previous game, as well as from dying in this route, things aren't always what they seem. You really need to be you need to keep your wits about you. Seriously, you do. Because you never know. Something that may seem cute and innocent and sweet may not be so innocent and sweet. So I'm open right now. I'm neutral. I don't know what to expect from this. The child's voice was pulling at my heartstrings in all the right way. The orb twirled around again with a small laugh.
Let's play together.
Oh, I mean, what would we play? I almost couldn't believe the words coming out of my mouth. Was I really okay with playing games with a spirit? I mean, it was friendly, yes, but it was a spirit. And? You're getting married to a demon. Because it's a spirit, it shouldn't really matter. It doesn't matter what it is. It's what kind of a being it is on the inside. I mean, there's like personality-wise, and if it does good or wrong. I hope that makes sense. What was I doing out in the middle of the night with it was another question I let go of and fade away in my head as I stared at the orb. You're the one who said you were brave enough to go find the answers out for yourself. You're the one who got out of bed. You could have stayed in bed and gotten really close with your soon-to-be husband. My heart felt fuzzy and warm enough to ignore the doubt niggling at my brain. The orb dipped and spun around my body, making me giggle and try to follow it. Circled back to where it used to be. It almost bounced in the air happily.
Come on, let's dance.
Oh. I began to dance around the orb as it moved gracefully around my form. In my head, a song began to play. As I had fun weaving and swaying with the orb, I felt light and happy, even though a part of my mind was questioning what was I doing. Why was I doing this? Why was I so sucked into this spirit? My body was moving on its own, but I was enjoying every minute of it. The orb followed along, matching each sway with one of its own. Soft laughter echoed from it once in a while after every couple of steps I took. It seemed to enjoy my company, which in turn somehow made me happy. Oh! Eric, you scared it. The orb gasped and hid behind me as I stopped dancing. I turned quickly to see Eric standing by the door frame with a confused but tired look on his face.
What are you doing out here, love?
I blushed, rubbing my hands together behind my back from embarrassment. I must have looked like a fool dancing in the yard in the middle of the night. I turned my head to look at the orb, but gasped in surprise when I realized that it had disappeared.
What's wrong?
I was beyond lost and confused what was happening. What had just happened? I turned back to Eric to see him walking towards me. I crossed my arms, realizing how cold the night air was, and smiled meekly at Eric. I just wanted to get some fresh air, that's all. No, you didn't. You wanted to go follow an
While
orb.
dancing by yourself?
Just tell him, woman. I stared at Eric, not sure of what he meant. If he was watching, he would have seen the spirit dance with me. No, it's not necessarily true. It's the spirit. It probably chooses who can see it, who can't see it, or maybe he can't see it because of some other reason. Just tell him. You didn't see the orb that I was dancing with. After all, you getting married to him. You might as well be completely 100% honest and truthful.
Huh? Orb?
Eric raised an eyebrow, obviously not understanding what I meant. Did he really not see it? It's true, there was a spirit here that looked like an orb, and I was dancing with it, not by myself. I knew I wasn't making sense. He didn't seem to believe me. Still, I didn't want to lie to him. He was going to be my husband soon, so we had to trust each other. If my reasoning sounded stupid, fine, but at least it was the truth. Eric finally smiled and reached towards me before patting my head.
Did you have fun then?
Wait, he really did believe me. I wasn't entirely sure if he did, but from the look he gave me, he was willing to accept my answer either way. Eric gently reached out and took one of my hands, placing his other hand on my waist. I looked up at him to see his lips curve into a smile, playful smirk.
Would you mind if I dance with you then, princess?
My face turned red at the question, but I smiled and nodded. I like dancing with him. I tightened my hands over Eric's, straightening up and leaning against his chest, ready to dance. Eric chuckled softly before leading me into a slow but elegant waltz around the backyard. I felt like I needed to thank the spirit later for giving me yet another wonderful memory with Eric. He led me around the backyard as if we were at the real ball. The moon served as a brilliant crystal chandelier, and the wind became our music. Eventually, however, we had to go back inside. The night was cold and it was very late. I didn't want the night to end, though. Watching Eric as we walked up the stairs to the bedroom, my heart began to flutter even more, and a soft heat began to burn in my core. He was not only charming, but he was handsome and definitely knew what buttons to press to make me feel amazing. It didn't matter that he was an incubus. I'd fallen in love with him, and was both romantically and sexually attracted to him. Though, did I really want to pursue my desire right now? We did just stop dancing. Sweetie, go for it. Just go for it. The burning in my core wasn't just going to go away. As Eric and I approached our room, I quickly pulled his arm and turned him around to face me.
What?
Before I could finish his sentence, I jumped up and wrapped my arms and legs around him, kissing him deeply. Instinctively, he circled his arms around me to support me, but he stared in shock at my eagerness. Within seconds, he melted into a kiss and panted against my lips, making me moan in reply at the sound. He tightened his grip around me as he walked backwards towards the bed. When his legs hit the side of the mattress, he sat down and allowed his hands to roam my back. I pulled away from the kiss ever so slowly, enjoying every moment that I was still connected to his lips, before letting out a small sigh. I was pretty sure I had made myself clear, but I gave him a soft-spoken demand. I don't want to go to bed yet. Eric stared up at me before licking his lips and slowly running his hands under my shirt and up my back. Tingles shot up my spine as his fingers ran over my bare skin. A shuddering moan escaped my lips.
As my princess commands.
I felt Eric gently lift my shirt up, and I lifted my arms for him to fully remove it from my body before he tossed it to the side. The cold air hitting my skin made me shudder as Eric pulled me back in for another heated kiss. Damn, his hands were mesmerizing my body. He knew what spots to caress, making me back my hips against his and tighten my hold on him. When I felt his smirk against my mouth, I softly bit down on his lower lip, pretending to sign me not to play with me. I felt the warm sensation of his enthrallment invade my body, causing me to cuddle close against his chest, and softly grind my hips against his and knees. His enthrallment was part of our foreplay, adding 10 times more pleasure to our sex. knew that he poured every ounce of his love for me into our lovemaking. Every time we had sex was just another confession of true love between us. It wasn't just to feed hunger and desire. It became one of our many ways we showed our love to each other. It was only befitting that he was an incubus, a natural master of sex. Every touch made me tremble, and every kiss on my skin made me swoon and melt in his arms. He knew how to make me moan, how to make me crave him, how to make me shiver with ecstasy. I had been surprised to learn I was his first and his only with how talented he was. Soon it was just my shirt that was removed from my body. Every article of clothing he had and I wore ended up scattered throughout the room. Unnoticed and uncared for, the only thing we cared about was each other and the pleasure we gave each other on our bed. We made sweet and passionate love, rocking to the rhythms of our hearts and our desires for each other. Every moan I made, he matched it in kind. Every breath I took, Eric found a way to make it heavier and hotter. My nails and fingers dug into his shoulders and back in pure ecstasy as he continued to drive into me over and over with his passionate love, pulling me higher and higher towards my limit. I couldn't tighten my legs around him, pulling him to more heated kisses, moans against his lips in desire. When we both apexed, it was blissful and a fierce ride towards a peaceful and loving wave, washing over both of our bodies. Lost in my pleasure, I could only cradle into Eric's arms as he wrapped them around me and pulled me close against his chest. His feather-like kisses peppered over my forehead, making me smile.
Good night, my princess. I love you.
I love you too, Eric. I could only close my eyes and relish the warmth Eric gave me as I let my mind escape into dreamland. To my surprise, the child didn't return. I was a bit saddened, but I didn't let my thoughts linger on it any longer. I had a peaceful dream with Eric wrapped around me all through the remainder of the night. As morning came over, the other incubi essentially kidnapped their brother, despite my minor protests, knowing that we had work to do on the wedding. The brothers were relentless.